Hey everyone, so I got a new mic today. Little progress, I guess. Since I'm so new to this, it's very easy for me to get off track because I still find it odd to talk to a camera. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Hope so. Anywho, I wrote some things down. I want this place to be a place not of, I'm not going to have all the answers for you, but I think that, well, I would like for us to work together. You know, if I may not know something, but somebody in the comments might have gone through it or knows a little bit more about it. I never want to be that person who's too prideful to be like, oh, well, I know more. Oh, I studied in this. Oh, I have a background in this. Oh, everybody goes through different things. That's something a lot of people don't stop and realize, is that just because you've seen something a certain way doesn't mean a different person hasn't experienced similar things in a totally different way. There's different paths to the same destination sometimes. So I always want to be a student. That's my main motto, is I'm always a student. I'm always learning, and I think when you're open-minded enough, you can grow, you know? As long as you don't get stuck in your pride and your ego, which is still hard for me sometimes. So, you know, I'll be stumbling here and there, so just, I don't know, just a caution, I guess. And I'm slowly trying to work my way into getting better things, like a better camera, for instance. Just little things I can start sharing things with you guys. This is a process of my journey to healing and recovering from certain, I don't want to say traumas, but just life, okay? We'll just call it life for now. Let's see. Okay, the first thing is I picked up this book that really inspired me to start coming out a little more and getting more into reading the Bible. I still don't have a King James version, so I need to work on that. But for now, I've been using the internet and yeah. So let's start with this one. It's called "I Collect Your Tears," and it says, "You have seen me tossing and turning through the night. You have collected all my tears and preserved them for your bottle. You have recorded every one in your book." And that's from Psalms 56, 8. And I wrote some things down. There's a little passage, and there's also a read on your own in the Bible if you would like to, I guess, go into more depth, or maybe even see what inspired the author to write the little passage. So I'll give you guys the read on your own. It's Corinthians 13:12 and Revelations 21:4. And it says, "I know about every single one of your troubles and your tears. I have collected all of your tears in my bottle. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid of the troubles that cause you to cry. I use them to make you stronger and more like me. I want you not to only trust me, but trust that I am in complete control. I know what I am doing in your life, because I know all the things, past, present, future. My ways of working in this world are often impossible for you to understand. If you could know all that I know, then you would see how perfect my plan is for you. and you wouldn't sing my praises. Oh, I'm sorry. And you would sing my praises. But for now, it's as if you are looking into a dark mirror and can't see everything clearly. You must learn to trust me and live with this mystery. I have collected your tears in my bottle because you are so precious to me. And someday in heaven, I will wipe every tear from your eye. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. Be glad that this heavenly future is waiting for you. I thought that was so beautiful. And I did one of those random things. I don't know if you guys do that. But I was in prayer and I just I've been very see, that's the thing. I hate turning on the camera because it just seems like anytime I'm really down, I turn the camera on for some reason. But I'm trying to change that. I don't want you guys to see me, oh, she's so down, she's so depressed. Because that's not who I am all the time. I'm sorry for the mess right now. I'm not wearing any makeup. I'm in horrible lighting and the sun's beaming in my face. But I just needed to get this out. And so I opened the book to a random page and that's the first thing I saw. So something I wrote is, and this is just brainstorming because I didn't want to get too out there with rambling as I am doing now. Sorry. This is going to be a long video. I'm sorry. I put something along the lines of, this world teaches us to not feel, to keep to yourself, to not be a person who expresses themselves without being labeled too sensitive or thirsty or attention seeker. Problematic, rebellious, salty, too involved in your feelings. Most people have so much trouble opening up or showing emotions, being able to express yourself. It's so rare nowadays. People will tell you what's right, and what right you have to feel or not to feel, especially when they are not the ones going through it. That's something that I've found. Opening up to people is the first thing they'll tell you is, oh, you don't have the right to, or why do you feel this way? Or when I went through this is how I felt, so I don't understand why you're crying, or I don't understand why. Everybody deals with things differently. So to rob somebody their freedom to feel something and not validate them it's just going to close a person up a little more. So if you want them to open up to you, try to stick clear from that. Let's see. The ones not going through it. The don't feel this way. The why are you expressing yourself in this manner? To downright predictions of this will happen and don't worry about this or don't worry about that. Don't get mad, don't get angry, don't get upset because the whatever excuses, blah blah blah. And well, it's easy for anyone to do these things when they aren't the ones going through it. Feeling and expressing emotions is healthy. Seems like people have forgotten that. Well, even if the person expresses themselves in any way, whether through art, crying, shouting, yelling, working out, poems, lyrics, photos, anything. I've seen so many people express themselves in really cool ways. But it's a form of expression. And I don't understand how other people have the authority to tell another individual what they have the right to feel or not to feel or how to express themselves. It's I don't know. I guess now you guys can see how I've kind of kept to myself for a while because I just think differently. And then I put side note, God tests us like a child learning to ride a bicycle for the first time. We go through trials and stress and tests, but only as a spiritual workout. God gives us, God gets us through it. But it becomes harder as you level up. Sorry, I have trouble reading my own writing. God doesn't just get us through it by pulling us out. He teaches us how to do it for ourselves. So that's one thing I learned, that even though you think you're alone and God isn't with you, He is. It's just sometimes you're so caught up in your emotions and your feelings, and that's okay. But just know that He's there with you, and everything that you're feeling, He's feeling 1,000 times worse, because I think He's the biggest empath. And it's something very beautiful that I've learned on my own journey, my own path. Being alone has become very healthy for me, because I'm learning to accept my flaws, my imperfections, and I'm trying to get through it. But now that I have learned that God didn't abandon me, it's gotten hard. I'll tell you that. That's something a lot of people will tell you. They wanted to make it sound like, oh, I don't want to scare you. Yeah, it's easy. It's not. It's hard. It's really hard sometimes. But my theory on that is, God makes warriors. He's not gonna make it easy for you, and He's gonna put you through anything and everything He feels you are capable of going through. He's not gonna abandon you and just leave you out high and dry. He's teaching you, and just like going to the gym, building muscle mass, things like that, it hurts, but you start training and you start lifting heavier, and you change your diets and whatnot, and sooner than later you start being able to go longer and lifting heavier, and it starts showing. So just take it as a spiritual workout. So that's all for now. I'll try to upload more. Sorry for the long video. Have a blessed day.